Hi, this is Latin. Hope everyone is staying safe. And we're back with Software Inc.'s Play and Learn series, Season 1, Episode 7. Today we'll be tackling research, as promised in the last video. We're going to go through setting up the research team, doing the research, steps to do the research, hiring illegal teams, and then steps the legal team takes to get us to a patent. We have a lot to cover, so let's get started. Okay, so we're in March 1987. We got 6.7 liquid, 6.5 in the bank, so a total of $13 million. So I think we have enough money to go into research. Clean Code Pro 2. I'm gonna keep selecting the wrong. You gotta select the gears. Okay, Clean Pro 2. That's the name of our new Clean Code Pro. This will basically adjust. That's our marketing. And marketing in place. We have a release date of October 1987. We have Martians over here in iteration 1. And we should move this up. WinOS Pro in iteration 3. We have 3 deals we're working on. This one expires this month and this will auto settle. That's where we have not hit that development. And then these other 3 will also auto settle. We have our dev, I think, design 2 team assigned to this one, design 2. As soon as he gets that in all yellow, we'll move him over to SoundMaker 5. That's it. If we go to labels, research and research 2. That's the AM and PM team. Legal and legal 2 will be AM and PM teams. I want to get close here and make sure these guys, I'm noticing they have a headset here. I don't know why. They shouldn't have headsets. They should have phones. That's what happens when you do things in a rush. And our researchers are actually designers. They have drawing tablets. Now that that's all straightened out, let's go take tags off, go into the teams. And I've already set up the teams, but not hired anyone other than the leader. And we've gone through the hiring process for leaders first. Great compatibility of the core teams. We're hiring 2 stars in HR, 3 stars in socialization, and those guys are in place. So all we need to do is get our designers hired, and we could start researching. Designers, we're researching 3D first, and we want meeting. And so that we don't forget, let's go here to the research. Let's select research, and it says that he required 10 level 3 3D designers. Let's click on that. This will always default to core. Let's assign it to our research teams, which we're about to put together. Take this, bring it all the way up to the top. Research importing, I always push up to 10. That's the way I do things. You make your own decisions in life. Okay, let's begin looking here. Design is 3D medium or raw, boom. And remember, we're going to hire off of the research team since the leaders are already in place. But that's okay. And I'll show you what I'm looking for in the researcher and why. Let's look for great like always. The less I look at, the better I feel. 1, 2, 3. I'm looking at them first because I want a specific, I want 3D. You need 3 stars in 3D, but I'm also looking at the other 2 stars. You're going to have another 2 stars. I'm looking at the second 2 stars hardware and network our next researchers. So if they have that and they could push up to 3 stars, that's a plus. So We're hiring him first because we may lose everybody else once we hire him. And there you go. We lost everybody else. We lost everybody else and we have nobody else. So always stick to them. Get your best candidate, select them first. And the best candidate here would be network. He's one to the right of the middle, leaning towards late, just towards stress, but one is okay. I don't mind one. And as long as I don't get too many guys like that. Okay, so we're gonna look again. And look. Higher. Now we want to see where we're at. We have 3. So we're gonna look again. We need 2 more. That's 3D audio, that's 3D audio. That's not 3D, that's 3D network, leaning towards stress. I don't want too many guys leaning towards stress. I'm gonna look again. You'll see why later. Audio. Spend the money, guys. Leaning towards stress again. They're gonna do it to me. If I don't get them soon, I'm gonna have to go for the audio, guys. There's a hardware guy. He's leaning towards stress again. Okay, I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm gonna concentrate on 3D. And when they concentrate on 3D only, they give it to me. So I think that's 4. And it is. And that's 2D. And that's network. I'll take network. That's 5. And I hit that and I should have switched first. Makes no difference. We didn't get anything, we just spent the money. Research 2. Hit OK here. Let's go. Okay. Remember, I went network. Right in the middle network. I'll take them. That's 1. And we lost nothing. So these guys are still here. That's 2. That's a balanced guy. That's a lazy guy. I'm not crazy about lazy. And the last guy was. So we're up to 3. Need 2 more. There we go, network. I think this should be 5. Is this 5? That's 5. Oh look, we had a hardware guy also. I'm gonna select the hardware guy. I'll just push him up. Okay. So those are our teams. We have 2 teams in place. We have the research in place. We have one more than we bargained for, but that's okay. Change roles. I could go get rid of the other guy, but I don't like letting people go on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and 6. That should work. Okay. So the teams are in place. Leaders in place, teams are in place, offices are set up, the research is set up. That's all you need. They're assigned. We're going to go here. This is going to get sorted by colors. So these 2 teams are on the top. And it's 5 p.m. So we're going to move into April. Tomorrow, our researchers should walk in this door. You'll see them coming in through this door. Eager to work. Here they come. Eager to work. And what we're going to do is, not at 8, at 9. Okay, close enough. At 9 a.m. we're going to go into crunch. 9 to 1. Crunch time. Watch the bar here go up. 9 to 1 is crunch time. For the AM and PM team will be 5 to 9. And I went over. And that's why you got to pay attention when you're doing this. Because you don't want to stress these guys out. Especially since we have 1 or 2 leaning towards the right of stress. and that's 5 o'clock. And we're going on crunch. We selected the second team, it's 5 o'clock. I selected crunch, 5 to 9. Pay attention to what you're doing. Don't be a Latin. That's close enough. Crunch off, crunch off. We go back to the first team and we move into the second day. 4 hours of crunch. That's how I do it. Is that the way you should do it? That's up to you. You develop your own processes. You could push it. But do it that way. For the same reason I've never gotten a complaint from any employees. I've tested these processes. Why do I hire specific people? I've tested the process. Okay, we're almost halfway through, so another 1.5 days should get us there. Research 2. These guys are gonna go home. And we're working the other team at 5. Close enough. And crunch 5 to 9. If it goes a little over, no big deal. Oops, it went a little over. It was deliberate. I wanted to get past the halfway mark. Okay, select the first team. 9 o'clock, crunch time. And I'm looking to push these guys maybe a little bit past 1. 1:42. Select the second team. Take them off for crunch. Make sure that crunch comes off. Before you close this window, you got to make sure this tab, that crunch is off. 24. I want to push this because I want to get this done in one more day. 9:30. Any votes? 9 to 4:41. Select your first teams. I used to do is send them home right after crunch, but I noticed I didn't really have to do that. And we're in July. Start the presses. We want to send this out. Clean Code Pro 2. Press release out the door. Marketing. Press build out the door. Marketing. Hype. Done. Don't forget your regular processes. And these guys are basically going. We're down to 3 deals. You see how this deal fills out, this deal fills out, and this deal hasn't filled out. So we're going to take this guys, unassign them, put this on hold. Excuse me, put that on hold, close it. Is this on hold? No, that should be on hold. Close it. Assign the team here. They will complete this, and then once that gets completed, we'll take them off of that and either get another deal for them or put them on something else. Don't forget your regular processes. Now we're at 6 a.m. Research team has been selected, and we're about to close this out. We should have done was hired the legal team the night before, which is what I normally do. I missed that. The legal team hired the night before, gets them ready in the office waiting for this thing to happen. So it didn't happen, so no big deal. We'll hire them as soon as this is done. And we're gonna go to the regular 9 to 1. Since we have time and no, if I had the legal team in, I would push to get it done as soon as possible. We don't have the legal team in place, so it makes no sense in doing that. 1 o'clock. I'm not gonna push it, there's no legal team in place. 5 to 9 on the next one. Or close to 5. And they're gonna push it. The morning team will knock it off. That's it. Morning team will knock it off. What we're gonna basically do now is put together a legal team right away. In fact, let me hire the leaders and put together one team, and then I'll bring you guys back for the second team to show you how I select them. I'll be right back. And we're back. We're hiring service law, high salary. You need 3 stars in law to be able to patent. So it has to be high salary. And I've already picked the night team, and I had not too much luck. And the way we have to do this, rather than compatibility, we got to go by skills. They have to be 4 stars. And generous flirt, 4 stars, normal, I'll take them. The first team was all normal, guys. Compatibility normal. Snob and cocky. As long as they're not mean-tempered or nasty or mean, pessimistic, don't mean I don't like. Mean I don't like. These other guys, I've had no luck. Once in my lifetime did I ever do this, and we have a great, and once I had an exceptional person. And this guy is normal, flirt, extrovert. I'll take him. Oh, we're having for legal 2. I've already hired legal 2. So we're gonna have to move these guys over. We're here, we're doing it. That's 4. That's 4. We're gonna have to move them over. Okay, legal 2. Employees, everybody who just got hired is gonna get moved over. Hopefully they're compatible with their new boss. Change teams. Legal. Okay. And the minute they came in, no, that's legal 2. Okay, so let's go legal. Legal 2 employees. These guys. Change roles. What a role. So they're all service. And if we close this up, we could see, considering the compatibility is still pretty good, 172.3. You want to try to get into the 200s, but that's not always possible. Well, with your regular teams, you should have no problems. But okay, so these teams, the next thing we want to do is assign them a secondary task. Remember, once they finish, they'll have nothing to do because all they're here for is for the patenting. Marketing task. That is going to be the secondary task, marketing. So we're going to finish this research, bring this up, finish the research, and then we'll assign them to the research. We're going to move into next day, July. Oh, look at that, finish. They never had to go into crunch. They finished. So they finished this. So as soon as they finish, same thing, finish. You have finished research in 3D. Do you want to file a patent for $50,000? The answer to that is yes. And as always, core gets assigned by default. Unassign core, assign legal. And it's 8:32 a.m. and these guys are already in the office. This is the legal team. They are in the office, so before 9 o'clock, so technically we could put them to work, right? We're going to put them to work. On what? On crunch. And let's pull this all the way to the top so we could keep an eye on it. Lawyers, I tend to push a little bit more, but you shouldn't push them more than 4 to 5 hours. And as soon as the afternoon team gets in, they're going to be in crunch. We may get this done in 1 day. Nope. I don't want to push it past 9 o'clock. I could. In fact, let's push it. Let's push it. Let's get it done. No, they went home. Remember, 15 minutes before they're out that door. So they were out for crunch. In fact, I never put them on crunch. They still had this on one. They did that all by themselves. Okay, we're into August. What do we have to do? Anything with anything? Okay, this is getting ready to go. This is going into still in the third iteration. Why is it still in the third iteration? The 4 out of 5, that should be fine. How many guys on this? 4 out of 6. Yeah. I should get a new designer in there to make that 5. Okay, we're gonna go into the next day, finish the pattern, get this thing pattern. There it is, pattern. We have our first pattern, ladies and gentlemen. 3D. And if you look down here, the patents, 3D, first tech, 1987. So we'll be pulling in 3% royalties off everybody who basically uses 3D from now on. The next thing to do is network. I'm going to set network up, set those teams up, but right now we're going to concentrate on getting Clean Pro 2 out. So currently we're not losing anybody. We're in September. What I like to do is put a press build out. The press build goes out tomorrow, so does our software. We're $479, so we pretty much into this one. Let's move into the next day and get that thing out the door. Get it ported, and then we could call it a day. So that was research in a nutshell. Put the teams together, how to pick them, how to use Crunch, or how I use Crunch. It's not how to use Crunch, it's how I use Crunch. Like I said, you guys develop your own techniques once you learn the basics. Which is my goal, for you guys to learn the basics and develop your own techniques. And I'm gonna let this go by noon, as always. Like I said before, everybody says they release at 3. We're up to $500 we could release now. And we never print it. I just realized that as I am about to start a marketing campaign with 2 teams. Remember, take marketing to offer this, put legal on it. They are your backup now for marketing. Do you want to order copies? Yes. 15,000. Let's order 25,000, spend 50,000. And we're gonna move this down to here. Move marketing up to here. These people are still porting. Jesus Christ, they're in the third iteration. Now we're gonna be porting on. Okay, so Clean Code Pro, first order of business is to print. Remember, we didn't print. I'm gonna start with 50,000, even though we've already put 25,000 out there. And this is gonna get reduced to 5,000 since we just ported it, and that's all that's left. And this is at 20 because we reduce this to 15. And the only reason I don't close this out is because they're still porting this 2 out of 3, so they're still making some sales, even though I doubt not many. And 2 port teams, most active, 1, 3 being WinOS. So that's gonna get ported. Remember, porting and research always push up to 10. That's how I do it. That's what I suggest you do too. And Clean Code Pro 3. Clean Pro 3. No more Clean Code. Advanced existing, because I think the existing is 2.0. Yes, it is. We upgraded it to 4.0. I don't know if I should select password, but we'll see. I think last time we selected password, it was a little, what was the time? $59.99. Always raise your tech. Always raise your tech, or you're selling them the same thing. You sell them the same thing, they will start complaining. Okay, here. None of these are compatible, which leads me to believe I was right. Password not needed. Oh. Something else is not needed. What else is not needed? Why none of these? $1971 was the last grade. 1977. I'm gonna pick this and leave it there. I think we might have pushed our tech up a little too high. I wonder if I push the tech down one and select this. Yeah, okay. The tech was too high. We selected the correct one. But the tech was too high, so there you go, folks. The tech is too high. That's probably what's happened in the past to me. And in fact, if I select this, password, I have less ways. And there's not that much difference in the customer reach. So let's leave password for the next one. And if I push this up, am I still gonna have issues? No, I'm not. I'm not gonna have issues. 78. Yep, 78 is the threshold. 77. And we want 87. Okay, so we experienced that together, and even though it's outdated, we always want to port to our own. Getting used to it. Next. And it's design, not design 2. Design and core. I've always done our antivirus. We're going to keep that the same. I'm going to push this all the way up here, right below Martians. We lost another guy here, and we got another star. So hopefully when these two guys close out, and these guys are ready for development. These guys are not showing ready for development. So I'm going to assign this team over here. Let them finish that. Even though it doesn't need to be halfway, this is halfway yellow. You should get a star. But this one, I'm going to unassign these guys from here. There's no need. And put this on hold. And take this off for hold. Let them work on that until we decide what we're going to put them on. And that's it. We're at 19 million. By the next episode, I hope to maybe start planning moves. So the goal is get network research, get hardware research, move, and then we'll go into building consoles and setting up game teams, development teams for games. We're going to push hard for games. So that's going to be it for today. Stay safe. Keep those around you safe. Latin out.